So before we begin, we start the process of searching and locating an OER. Just briefly, I would like to address on the topic quality assurance guidelines for OERs. That is, suppose you want to create an OER, you want to develop and publish an OER, like as yourself or as a group, your colleagues and your institution, whatever. If you want to produce and develop an OER, the CEMCA, that is the Commonwealth of Learning Educational Media Center for Asia, they have given a framework and it's called the TIPS framework. In that TIPS framework, they have given certain criteria that has to be taken care of while creating OERs, so that we ensure the quality, good quality, we ensure production of good quality OERs. So as newcomers, when we venture into this OER and start developing, certain criteria has been given to us to be taken care of. So that is given by CEMCA and it is named as TIPS framework. This is just a very, very brief briefing of TIPS framework. If you go to Google and search and just type TIPS framework, you get a book where all the guidelines are given in detail. So here I have just briefed it because so that we can just know about it. Okay, you didn't even go into the details and all that. So TIPS here, the T stands for the teaching and learning processes of an OER. So when you are developing an OER with regard to the teaching and learning process, what has to be taken care of? So first thing they say is that a study guide should be given to users on how to use OER. Because even now, as I already stated earlier also, many of the users, they are not aware of an OER and they don't know how to use it and all that. So first, in the learning process, if we are planning to create a repository, an OER repository in an institution, or we are offering a course, an OER course and all that, the first thing they are saying is that you give a small study guide regarding how to use OER, just a briefing on what it is and the 6 licenses, so that they can go through it and then come on to the usage of OER materials. The second thing is that the material you are developing should have a learner-centered approach. So all these things are similar to the preparation of online materials. We prepare modules, learning e-modules and all that, right? So it is similar to that only, the same thing. So you should follow a learner-centered approach in the material you are preparing. Then use appropriate and authentic pedagogy, reflecting on the latest changes and transformations. So when you are developing the learning material, make sure the pedagogy and the methods you are using are taking care of the latest trends, updates, and developments. And it should be the material should be in line with the local wants and needs of the users. For example, if you are planning to develop a course for certain group of people, or you are planning to create a course for your students belonging to that particular area, then you have to take care of the local wants and needs of the users. And also you should, while developing the material, you should be able to anticipate the present and future needs of learners. And according to that, you should be developing the OER. And the material should be supporting learner autonomy, personal independence, and self-sufficiency. The learner should be able to learn on his own. Okay. And the style of conversation which you use in creating that material, it should be in the active voice, preferably in the active voice, not everything, but preferably in active voice. And materials should be free from gender bias and it should be user-friendly. So these are some of the guidelines they have given with respect to the T aspect, the teaching, learning, and process. And earlier also I had said the language that you use should be for appropriate to the learner's age and cognitive level. Use simple language as per the age of the learner, and link information with outside world. So these are all, as I said, the general rules which we already follow when we are developing a lesson plan or an e-module, but they have just briefed it when you're developing an OER to keep this all in mind. Linking information with outside world, and the learning module should be in such a way that when the learner goes through it, it develops an intrinsic motivation in himself or herself to study further. So you can include surprising anecdotes that arouse curiosity, some real life stories or incidents, something short in a short form anecdotes. You can give it so that it arouses curiosity and motivation among the learners. Then a variety of self-assessments like quiz, multiple choice question, comprehension test, concept, everything in between you can give so that the students can take that, they can ensure that they have understood a concept and then move on to the next one. So this self-assessments should be embedded, variety of self-assessments. Then connect formative self-assessments to help mechanisms which offer further learning support to users. So when they take up these assessments, give them some mechanism through which when they commit an error, they can know where they have made that error and what is the correct method and all those things. And finally, in the learning module, you provide space for provision for feedback and suggestions from the learner. So this is what they have told about the teaching learning process of an OER. Then I stands for information and material content. So regarding the information and material content of an educational resource, they say SEMCA has put forth these guidelines. They say the material should be up to date, it should be accurate and reliable. So when you are designing a learning material, this is what we normally do, right? You should consult subject experts. You should consult experts in the field and take their advice and make sure that you don't come up with some faulty concepts and all that. You put your own views which are wrong. So you double check, cross check that with subject experts and make sure that the information you're uploading is up to date, accurate, and reliable. Sometimes in technology and all, what you use today might get out after 1 month or 2 months, it might be outdated and some new tech comes up, some new software comes up. So you have to be aware about that. So you have to keep updating it. Then the content should be reflecting equality and equity. It should be free from any sort of discrimination. The materials, the writings you are using should be abiding to the law, free from any sort of discrimination, should promote social harmony, and the content should be relevant and appropriate, and it should not contain materials that distract from the main. So usually there might be sometimes when we prepare a PPT or a learning material and all, we make it in such a way that certain things are not actually needed in that module, but we just add that. So what happens, the main topic, learners get diverted from the main topic. So that has to be taken care of. Then should be built on prior knowledge. So as teachers, we all know that when we develop a learning material, we have to take care of the prior knowledge and experience of learners. And always the modules don't, there should be a standard learning unit, the size of a standard learning unit, which is compact and not too lengthy. No one likes to read lengthy learning materials. We all know that if we position ourselves in their place also, we wouldn't prefer when we take an article, if there are 10 to 12, 15 pages and all, we will just glance through and we'll just see the main headings and see which is applicable to us, right? So when we prepare a material, make sure that it is not too lengthy, but at the same time, not too short. It should be the size of a standard learning unit with all points. And check if it can be reused in other disciplines, so that interdisciplinary, or as we say, the multidisciplinary, kind of approach that has to be brought in. And then content should be enriched by providing links which are connected to other relevant materials related to the unit. And in your learning module, you can also provide links of other which is other materials, online materials which are related to your topic for further reading, for further references. All that can be given. Now, P stands for presentation, product, and format. So when it's regarding the presentation, product, and format of an OER. So the license of the material, whatever, be it CC BY or CC BY SA, whatever you are giving, that license should be visible to all in the module, in the presentation that you're developing. So don't make it in a micro font somewhere in the corner where nobody can read or nobody notices it. So you are giving it in the front page, you give it in a legible way where people notice it and make out that, yes, this is CCBY or this is CCBY SA. So that is in that way. And the materials should be easily accessible to everyone. It should be present, and it should also be presented in a clear, concise, orderly, and logical way with good quality sound if you have videos and present, or if you are presenting audio. So as teachers, I don't have to highlight all this. We all know, obviously, when you're preparing a lesson plan, that is how it should be. It should be clear, it should be concise, it should be in an order from simple to difficult, and there should be a logical, rational way of arranging the learning concepts when you prepare a learning module. And then it should be designed in a very attractive manner with good color contrast. And this is actually, if you want to, you can do that so as to stimulate learning, but make sure it's not too much of a color where learners get distracted by the objects and color contrast of the learning module. Okay. Then provide space in the material for getting feedback, and check if the OER can be printed. Check if it can be printed, whether it can be used offline, whether it is suited for mobile usage. All these things have to be taken care of. So that is what an OER is for. And it should be delivered in open format so as to allow maximum reuse and remix. So earlier I just left out, in fact, it didn't strike me when I think Silcha ma'am asked me regarding the PDF. So ma'am, actually, generally we won't consider PDFs as OER, okay, because PDFs are restricted and they provide restricted access, right? It has a lot of sharing issues, compatibility issues and all with other softwares or apps and all. So basically, we won't use PDFs as OER. That is not recommended because PDF is not easy to use open format. So it's always better to go in a very, very user-friendly open format. So it should be, that is what. So OER should be developed in open format so as to allow maximum reuse and remix. Then suggestions can be given in the module, like which OER will come prior to our OER and which would come after in the learning pathway. So when you are giving links for further reading and all, make sure you are giving OER links itself. You access good OER quality materials and you provide links. For prior learning also you can provide, like before, you can tell the learner before entering into this topic, you can go through these links so that you get a little bit of knowledge on what we are going to study. So they can go through those links. Those links can be OER itself. If it is OER, then it's much better. And after you finish the module, you can again give links for further references or advanced readings, which again belong to OER itself. This is what they are saying. The last one is they say system, technical and technology. Here the softwares you use should be free. It should be easily transmittable across platforms and easily downloadable. And finally, the date of production of OER along with the next date, revision date should be included in the OER. So if you are revising an OER, all those things should be updated at the end of the module. This is the date of production. On this date, it was revised. Now, if you plan to revise it in a few weeks, that can also be uploaded. So this is what they are saying about certain criteria to be taken care of if at all you are planning to prepare an OER. But what I felt was that all these criteria we basically take care of when we are developing learning modules in the online platform like SWAYAM, MOOCs and all. So all these things are already taken care of. But SEMCA has given it as a separate book for OER. So if you want to go in detailed about it, just go to Google and type tips framework. Then you get the format guide, the book on that. Okay. Now, as we have been discussing about OER and all those things. So finally, for any concept, we say everything has its advantages and disadvantages. Nothing is free from negativity or biasing and all that. Everything has its plus and minuses. So what are the advantages of OER? So that is what we were discussing. As you all know by now, it is easily accessible to anyone. Anyone can access it, irrespective of its location, whether be it the rural and remote areas. If you have the internet, and OER is there at your fingertips, and it's without any cost. It is open to anyone, and you don't have the copyright issues. It is free of cost, and it is there is no user restrictions, and then easy access to quality learning materials from reputed universities and institutions across the globe. So students, where sitting at home, you can access quality learning materials. There are many foreign universities which are providing OER materials in their repositories. So you don't have to travel to America or UK and all that, Australia and all. You can sit at home, and if you click on the OER repository of the particular university, you can access quality learning materials from those universities and institutions across the globe. So that is another one the major advantage of OER. Next, it is affordable and you don't have to pay a cost, right? So earlier also I said in foreign countries, they are mostly using OER materials, and it has helped them save the cost of textbooks and other print materials, it seems. Most of the research in foreign which have been conducted on OER is showing that students who don't have the money, they who cannot afford the hard copies, they are finding this very helpful. They can save the cost of textbooks and other print materials. And also it is very feasible when compared to the hard copies. You don't have to carry it in your hands or bags and all that. This is very handy. So this is applicable for any other learning material which is online. But for OER, it's like it's free and you can take the entire material. So you can store it in your computer, mobile, and whenever you want, you can take the entire material and use it as per your will. So this is very feasible. And finally, it allows reuse, revision, remixing, and redistribution. We already discussed all that and how we can modify it according to the needs and demands which no other material is providing you with. So there is no legal issue, no copyright issue. And it helps in prior learning as well as after learning. So this is mainly, basically, they're talking about the OER courses which are there, open courses, which are OERs. So they say that these courses are open and the materials provided in that are also open throughout, it seems. Some of them don't do that, it seems. So this OER particularly allows you to keep those materials with you throughout forever. So even after you complete, when you have passed out of that course, and if that course has been locked also, those materials are available to you. You can keep it. So whenever you want to read it, you can take and read it. So it helps in prior learning as well as after learning. So this is one advantage. And yes, it helps in self-directed learning. As you're keeping the materials, you can read it whenever you want at your own convenience. So self-directed learning is being promoted through that, and it reaches maximum number of people at the same time, irrespective of their locations. So easy access in remote areas, and it saves a lot of time. So these are some of the main highlights of an OER or plus points of an OER. But at the same time, there are also major challenges being faced by this people who are using OER, because this concept, there is a lot of confusion regarding this concept and there is no proper clarity. So the first challenge that always comes up is regarding quality assurance. So people always say that someone can come and edit it and go, then how can you talk about the quality assurance and all those, and how do we know someone is posting it free, and how can we be sure of quality assurance? So when you access open educational resources from repositories, from the standard repositories which are available, then you don't have to worry about the quality, because these repositories have a quality check mechanism by themselves. They have experts assigned for that who keep checking the quality of materials being uploaded in their OER repository. So if it is an OER repository of Harvard University or Merlot or whatever university, those institutions, they have facility for online quality, checking the quality of the materials being uploaded into their repository. So you don't have to worry about that. But if it is a material which is just lying somewhere and then you are accessing it, then yes, as the teacher, it becomes our responsibility to go through it and then give it to our students. And you should also warn your students regarding that. So this quality assurance part is a little bit a bit of a challenging part of OER. So, but if it is from a repository, if it's from a standard repository, you don't have to worry at all. We will be seeing those repositories. I'll just show all those repositories from where you can access materials and you don't have to worry about the quality. So that is regarding quality assurance. And then comes the problem of lack of public understanding on OER and its licenses. So this is another major challenge. People have a lot of confusion on what is an OER, how to use it, what are those licenses, what does it stand for, how can I use it? So all these things are there. So this has to be made clear by providing proper guidelines, training sessions, awareness programs. So only through that, there is that's the only remedy for overcoming this problem of lack of understanding, public understanding. We have to promote more programs on OER and provide students with guidelines on OER, and they should be made to understand what it is all about. Even faculty are having a lot of doubt regarding the licensing and all that. So maybe institutions can arrange for, like this programs like this, workshops, training sessions, where we can create more awareness and understanding. Then comes another major challenge, which is related to sustainability of OER. So most of the OER projects now, which have been uploaded and all that, it has got a one-time funding only. Most of the projects have only got a one-time funding. So now to renew the funding and all those things, it's becoming an issue because we have to provide it cost. So it's the repository and the institution which is providing, which is doing the, which is paying for that, right? Though it's a minimal one, but whatever it is, in order to maintain it continuously with good quality on a website, it requires funding. So funding is a major issue which is which OER is facing, and people are trying their level best. Institutions and organizations are trying their level best to get more funds and keep this more safe and sustain it throughout. Because sometimes what happens, some OERs, if there is no funding, it gets lapsed off and you are not able to access it later on. So earlier you might have got it, but maybe after years, if you look into it, maybe because the period they were not able to sustain it, they didn't have funding, So this can be done only at the governmental level, at the higher level and all that. So governments have to come forward, they have to look into it and do something about funding, and maybe some NGOs and all can come together and work together for this open educational resource projects and movements for making it stronger. And another challenge is regarding searching of OER, which we will do now very shortly in a few minutes, because people don't know how to search for an OER. Even though they know about an OER, they don't know how to search. So that is also becoming a major challenge for many. That's searching of OER. They say it is very time consuming. We are sitting on the net for hours and we are not able to find an OER. That is, so this again has to be taught, or this again has to be they have to be given training. So more sessions have to be conducted so that people become more and more familiar with OER and on how to browse and locate or search an OER. And the last challenge, yes, it's because in our country, we don't have a governmental policy. And I don't know it. Actually, there has been a talk, the first meeting is over, but still then that's how this COVID and all happened. So now a long gap has come where this policy framework on OER has not been published in our country. So once a governmental policy or a governmental framework in India comes up on OER, then this concept will become very, very clear. Then it will become easily it will become very clear. It will give us a lot of clarity on how it can be used and to how the softwares can be used for cutting off this plagiarism issue and all those things of OERs. So till now there is no clarity on all that because we don't have a proper governmental policy. But in countries abroad, they have started using OER to such a vast extent. For everything they are using OER, and there is no issue for them. That is because all those countries, they're having their own policy and frameworks on OER, so people follow that. But for us, we are just familiar with the concept and we have just started venturing into it, but yet we don't have a policy and framework, and that's why we are all we stand still with a lot of confusions and questions in our minds. So these are all the challenges which are being faced in the field of open educational resources. Let us hope that the policy comes out soon and it gives us more clarity on usage of OER in our country. Okay, so these are some of the challenges. And yes, now what you have been asking, like how to search for an OER on the website. Okay, so the first one, I hope you all have your internet connections and you have your laptop, or else if you have a mobile with an internet connectivity, then you can please, this is OER Commons. This is a repository where you will find quality OER materials. So this repository is one where you don't have to worry about the quality. The quality of the materials being published is being taken care of. So OER Commons is offering a comprehensive infrastructure for curriculum experts and instructors at all levels. to identify high quality OER and collaborate around their adaptation, valuation, and use to address the needs of teachers and learners. So if you can just go to the website www.oercommons.org. You can just go log into it and see. This is how it appears, the page. You can just log in, just type oercommons.org and the website comes up. Anybody who's trying? Are you all trying?
Yes, yes.
So did you find that website OER Commons?
Yes.
www. Yeah. So there, if you can further on, you can it's like explore on your own, all according to the subject, the education level, the standard, and all that. So you can fine tune your search. See, I have just put a yellow arrow in that screen where it shows advanced search. So you can even click on advanced search. If you click on that, this is how it appears. Okay. Advanced search. And see, you can type the title, which topic you are looking for. I have just typed digital learning and all that. So you can type the title there, subject areas, professional, and right side you can see conditions of use. If you click on that, it shows the different licenses, which license you prefer. So whichever license you prefer, you can click on that and then give search. So it gives you materials which are related to that, which is having that particular license. But the thing is, you have to sit. Initially, it'll be a little bit time consuming because there are so many materials here, and we have to sit and tune and adjust and find out which materials are suiting us from this. So it will be a little bit time consuming initially. We might not come up with the things we're actually looking for in 5-10 minutes and all. So if you do that, if you spend more time and try to search, then definitely you can find few materials, OER materials, which will definitely help us in our related to the concerned topics and all that. So this is, so here you don't have to worry about the quality. So this is one OER repository where all materials are OER, and whichever license you prefer, that you can just fine tune and search, so that if you only want CC-BY, they give you CC-BY. If you only want CC-BY SA, you type like that, and then those materials will come up. Okay, so that is how this so this works. And if you click on that article, see, it shows which article, which license it has. So the one I had clicked, it shows CC-BY SA. But it depends on what type of license you have typed and which you want. So hope this is okay. So this is one.
Ma'am, excuse, but you said the PDF is not an OER, but we are able to get it as a PDF itself. So can we upload the same in PDF also, as a contributor?
No, I didn't. What I'm trying to say is PDF, if you are putting a CC-BY license and giving, you can. But then what happens? A PDF cannot be edited and all that, right? Yes. It becomes difficult. So that is why I said, in that case, if it is a CC-BY ND license, where nothing is, where remixing, revision, nothing is required, then maybe you can go for that.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if somebody wants to edit, somebody wants to add their content, if you give a PDF, they cannot do that, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so that is where, so those things, it is better to avoid. PDF is not actually recommended because we need a more open platform. That's why.
Okay.
That. So, yeah. So have you all seen this one, this OER comments? Can we move on to the next one? So, hope it is okay. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Because if we sit with one, then we will lose time, and then we won't. All these things. If you just get a high glimpse of this, then you can sit back when you get free time and you can explore it in detail. That would be better, I feel. So right now we'll just go through the websites, and if you get an idea, later on when you have free time, you can sit and explore these websites in detail. So the next one is YouTube. Now we all have videos. We use videos from YouTube, right? So can we find CC videos, Creative Commons? So a video is only having a CC license. It will be a plain CC license, which allows you for use, because like an article, obviously it's not like revision, remixing and all that. It's not like that. And YouTube video will be a CC licensed video, which says that you can use and reuse that video. You can put it into your own video. You can take it for your seminar or webinar or wherever, and without any problem, you can use it. You don't have to ask anyone for permission if it is a video which is licensed under CC. So how to find out a video in a Creative Commons video in YouTube? Okay. So first, everyone, you please go to the home page of YouTube, the home page, and you just type any topic of your choice. So I have given blended learning. You just type any topic. YouTube, you just go to the main page of YouTube. Everybody is doing that?
Yes.
Hello, am I going too fast, or should I pause now in between? Like, are you able to follow? You just go to the home page. Is it okay?
Yes.
So you go to the home page and you just type whatever. So that's what I said, something which is easily trackable. So I just type blended learning so that you get videos on that. So anything you type. So, and when you give the search seats, you get a screen like this, which shows an option filter. Did that come up? Filter option. Sometimes for some it might be on the right side and all. For me it was like this, filter.
Yes, it is there.
There. So can you please click on that? So please click on that filter. I hope others are also following this. Anyone else who would like to say that they are coping up with this, or should I pause? Others, are you following this? Are you able to do this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So just click on filter. See, click on filter. So you get many sub date, type, duration, features, sort by, and all that. Okay. So in that, if you can see features, under the subtitle features, if you go below, first is live, then 4K, HD, subtitles, and then comes an option called Creative Commons. So you click on Creative Commons, then YouTube will filter out the CC licensed videos related to your search and give you that. So all the priority will be for CC licensed videos related to your search. So you have seen this, no? So you go to filter, and in filter, you can see the option features, and under the features option, you can see Creative Commons. And if you click on Creative Commons, the YouTube will try its best to filter out CC licensed videos which are related to your topic. Now, again, just because you have, you have clicked on Creative Commons, some videos have come up. Just because of that, you cannot. It is a Creative Commons video. How can you be sure? You have to ensure that this video is actually, because after all, it's a technology thing, and anything, an error can happen. And what if YouTube didn't actually give you a video which is CC licensed? If CC licensed video was there, suppose related to your search. So for that, you have to ensure that the video you're going to take is actually CC licensed, right? So how do you check that? So for that, have you reached till here? Have you reached this features and CC option? Have you clicked on that Creative Commons?
Yes, ma'am.
So you just do one thing. You now a few videos have come up. You click on the which has come up. Just click on that. Have you clicked on that video? After the search I'm seeing. Have you got it? So after that, what you can do, just scroll down a little bit. Scroll down the video. You can see an option, show more. I have put a red box here, show more. show more, a red box. If you click on that, it shows like this. If it is not showing like that, then better leave it. Otherwise, you can search for another one. See, if you click on show more, it will show like this: Creative Commons Attribution License, reuse allowed. For videos, this is how it is in YouTube. You won't find it CC, BY, SA, NC and all those things. This is allowing you to reuse it. It's a common license that they are giving. Is it, did anyone come across this? That show more option, did you find the CC license?
Yes,
no?
ma'am. Show more was there, but license is not there.
That is what is sometimes for some videos they won't show that. In that case, it's safe not to take that. Okay, it's better then go to the next video and see if you can see this, then you can be safe. And usually in a video, in a YouTube video, just below the video you see a CC, no? Just on the video if you click, so that is not Creative Commons. Okay, if you click on that video, I have not taken the screenshot here. If you click on the video down, they show 2 C's, right? And all that. That is not don't mistake it as Creative Commons. You have to go and search like this itself. I hope you are getting it. I'm not able to see you all and explain it in person. Okay. So this is regarding YouTube.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
So you have denied what is this CC is not referring to Creative Commons, so that we generally notice. Then what it is about?
That CC, it is about the standard YouTube license. That has nothing to do with our Creative Commons. Our Creative Commons license, how does it stand? How does the symbol look like, that logo? Is it like that logo here? No, right?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Just because 2 letters CC are there, it doesn't mean it is Creative Commons. If they are giving the logo, they should give the logo which we have seen, right? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Just putting
Okay,
2C will not ensure that. So don't mistake that. Many times we think that is a CC, but that is not CC. That is standard YouTube license. You go below and you just see show more option. Then if it shows like this, then you can be safe that yes, this is a Creative Commons license. Okay.
Okay,
Now,
ma'am.
suppose
Okay.
you want to publish your video in YouTube. You might be, you want to publish an OER video into YouTube. So how can you do that? So do you have any videos? I mean, videos in the sense, we won't upload it and all. Just namesake, you have 1 or 2 any short videos. We can cancel the upload after giving that. It won't get uploaded unless we press, because this is just to show just a small demonstration so that you can see how it is. Do you have any videos in your system? Small videos of yourself or at your home videos itself?
Yes, available, ma'am.
You're having, no? So
Yes.
to the home page of YouTube. Now take the main page. YouTube.com, main page. There, have you all taken that? If some of you are not having videos, it is okay. You just observe. I have taken the screenshots and I have put it. So for them, if you can just see, you can just note it down, and later you can try it if you want to publish an OER video. So others, if you want to try, as I said, if it's a very small video and all, see on the top right side, I have put a red arrow. Are you able to see that? That video signal is there here.
Yes, yes.
So you just click on that. So it's like creating a video. And then you have to upload your video. It asks you upload, right? Drag the file and drop it. It will show. Just put your video. You just upload your video. Just drag it and put it there. And right side, it shows uploading video. And here left side, you can see title required and all that. So that and all, now I have not given anything because just for a demo. So the video starts uploading. Then what you can do is just scroll down a little bit. So when you scroll down, you can see an option show more. This is for people who are trying it. Others can just have a look at the screenshot. So there will be an option like this, show more. And if you click on show more, it shows which license you want to give to your video. Do you want to give the standard YouTube license, or do you want the Creative Commons attribution? So if you want Creative Commons attribution, you can click on that and then give upload. So your video will be uploaded in YouTube as Creative Commons attribution reuse allowed. Okay. So you can try this when you feel like publishing an OER video in YouTube. Then you can go through this method and you can publish your video in the CC mode, Creative License mode. Okay. Now, yes, now so I hope we can move on to the next one now. YouTube is fine, right? Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
So now moving on to the most favorite friend, our best friend, Google. So because searching in, we all search on Google, right? We should be saluting Google and giving Google some prize, because every day millions of people are typing so many things, and Google immediately comes up with answers and all those things. So we are very lucky that we have Google. Any doubt, even like for me, whenever in class and all, sometimes I'm like, I want to check a spelling, or sometimes I forget the meaning or some words, and I'll immediately Google and then search, and then it comes up. So in that way, we are very lucky. Okay, so how to search for CC materials on Google? So first, you can go to the home page, main page of Google, www.google.co.in. This is how it appears, right? The home page. So you can go to the main page, home page of Google. Have you taken that, Google?
Yes. Okay.
In that, if you can see, right side, bottom part, there is settings. There is an option. I put a red arrow there, settings. Can you see that? Settings.
Yes.
So you click on settings. So when you click on settings, all these subtitles pop up, like search settings, advanced search history, search help, send feedback, and all that. So in that, you click on advanced search. So first we go to the home page of Google, then we go to settings, and in settings, we have to click on advanced search. When you click settings, you get many options. Among those options, you have to click on advanced search. Now, when you click on advanced search, this is how the page comes up. This is how it appears. You get so many specific and fine-tuning requirements and all that, region, language, all those things. You just scroll down towards the end of the page. You can see, I have put a big red box. On the left side, you can see the option usage rights. Can you see that? Usage rights. Yes. So now, accordingly, if you click on that sub arrow, the right side, that subtitle, that bar, no, if you click on that, it will show you not filtered by license, free to use or share, free to share, modify. All these things come up. So which is your preference? You click on that and you give search. Next, so Google will come up with materials which are having this type of licenses. So in this way, you can easily scan and you can filter out the OER materials from the Google search. Okay. Hope it is clear. I think this is a little bit simple. And only one thing, as I said, it's technology, and OER is an upcoming concept. Still, we are not much well versed with OER, and in India, we are facing a lot of problems and challenges. So whenever you get the materials, just go and make sure that the license is there. Even when Google is coming up with this OER materials, you click on that particular material and you check for the license. We saw 6 licenses. So which among that license is there? If there is no license, then please don't go. So you check for any of those 6 licenses in the front part or the end part. Okay, so always cross confirm. Just because Google or YouTube is giving you doesn't mean it should be an OER. We have to always cross check. But at the same time, if you are going to OER Commons website and all, then you don't have to cross check, because OER Commons website in itself is an OER repository. Whichever material is there will be an OER. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. But in Google and YouTube and all, it's better that we always cross check. Then comes images. Now, suppose you want CC licensed images. So what can be done? So we all use Google Images, right? For teaching or for our assignments or some purposes and all. When we need some images, we go to Google and we take images from Google Images. I think all of you know that. All of you are using Google Images, right? You know how to go into the Google Images section. If so, kindly type anything, any title, and just go to the Google Images section. So I just typed DNA cell and I have gone to the Google Images. So that's why the cell pictures are being shown. You can type any picture of your choice and please, you can go to the images page. I think all are well versed with Google Images, right? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes. So have you seen this? Have you reached this page? Google Images.
Yes.
Yes. So in that page, right side, you can see an option tools. I have put a red arrow pointing left towards the left. Tools option just below the bar. There is an option tools, settings, then tools. Did you see that? Settings and tools together can be seen.
Yes.
So you please click on tools. Now, when you click on tools, you get this many subtitles pop up below. A separate bar comes like size, color, and then comes usage right. Can you see that option, usage right? If you click on settings.
Yes.
So now if you click on usage rights, you can select your license and then you can give search, and then most of the pictures which will be coming which will be uploading will belong to CC license. It will be given below. It'll be mostly this Wikimedia images will be there. So all of them, and you can just click on that picture and check. If it's not a CC license, don't go for it. So always cross check, because all the pictures needn't be CC. There might be other pictures getting mixed in between and all that, but at least it will filter out maximum possible CC pictures. So you can save your time rather than just going and searching in a vast pool of images. So if you do like this, it will limit it. So this is one way of searching the images. Okay, in Google Images, how you can search for pics. The next is Open Textbook Library. Okay. Now, Open Textbook Library, they are textbooks that have been funded and they are published, and it's actually licensed to be freely used, adapted, and distributed. So these books have been reviewed by faculty from a variety of colleges and universities to assess their quality. So you don't have to worry about the quality. And these books can be downloaded for no cost or printed at low cost. So this is a very useful thing. But again, you have to sit and browse and find out which all books are related to your topic, which is suiting you, or is it really applicable and all that, that you have to find out. But at least there is a library which is offering OER textbooks. And you don't have to worry about the quality also, because that is being taken care of. So this is how it will look like. If you can go to Google, and if you can just type Open Textbook Library, you get this website page, Open Textbook. If you can try it, you just type Open Textbook Library in Google, or the address is open.umn.edu, open.umn.edu for Open Textbooks. So this is one thing. Yeah. Vineet sir has given that, so you can click on that. Thank you, sir. So you just click on that, then it will take you to this page, Open Textbook Library, and there you can see an option. I hope others are also following, and if I can get a reflection from someone else, are you able to follow this? Are you
Sure,
able
ma'am,
to-
sure.
Yeah, it's okay. No, okay, because it's not like I'm just going on and on without caring and looking into your timings and all that. So if you go to Open Textbook Library, this is the home page. There you can find browse subjects. I put a red arrow mark there, browse subjects. Click on that. Then it shows different subjects like accounting, business, human resource, computer science, economics, education. So now, whichever is your field, you click on that, and that gives you open licensed books. The books which are available there will be CC licensed. So you can click on those books and see which is the license and all those things. So these are free to use books, OER books related to the particular subjects. This is one. Open Textbook Library. Okay. Now, if it is okay, can we move on to the next one?
Sure, sure.
Next is NROER, National Repository of Open Educational Resources. So this is India's own OER. Our country has an OER repository, none other than NROER, National Repository of Open Educational Resources. Now this was developed by the Central Institute of Educational Training, NCERT, and it was launched on 13th August 2013. And you have a lot of materials, but this is mainly related to school education. Okay. So you can just go to Google, and yes, one thing here is all the materials available on NROER, as it is an OER repository, it is under CC by SA license, except the NCERT textbooks. That obviously they have not put it under CC license, but all other learning materials are under CC BY SA. So you don't have to worry about which license and that license and all that. You don't cross check and all. It is CC BY SA if it is from NROER. So here you have educational resources. As I said, it is different Indian languages for primary, secondary, and senior secondary classes, school level. Okay. And this is India's own OER, NROER. This is how the homepage is. If you go to Google and if you type OER, then this is how means the pictures will change. Okay. In my screenshot, the previous minister, HRD minister, is lighting the lamp, but it keeps on changing, right? So when I took the screenshot, this is the picture that came. So it keeps on changing. So don't bother the picture, but otherwise this is how it looks like. Have you accessed it? Have you tried it now? NROER in Google.
Yes.
So this is how it looks like. And if you can see top side of the screen, I have put a yellow mark, a yellow arrow pointing there towards repository. There is a subtitle of a feature which shows repository. So you can click on repository, and then this is how it appears. When you click on repository, this is how it appears, and you can access OER materials from e-library, and then you also have e-books section. So from these two sections, you can get OER materials. All will be under CC BY SA, but this is basically related to school. But yes, we are also related to school, be it secondary, senior secondary, and all that. So some point of time we need that. Our students might need that. So it's always better that we know that there is such an option, and that is our own country's OER. Many of us are not even aware of it. So we can do an exploration when we get free time. We can sit and explore what exactly all these materials are about. So NROER is clear, no? Now there's nothing much. It's very easy. Just go to the home page, click on repository, and then this comes up. That's all. So shall we move on? I hope everyone has seen this.
Yes.
Yes. Then comes another OER repository, which is again providing you with quality OER materials. This belongs to Commonwealth of Learning. This OASIS, oasis.col.org. So all the materials published here are CC, BY, SA. So you don't have to again cross-check and all that. All these materials are CC, BY, SA. You can download it. It is free and you can use, reuse, and you can adapt and whatever that CC, BY, SA is allowed. All that you can do. Exceptions are noted somewhere. If suppose the material is not an OER, then specifically they have mentioned that in that article. But 98% of the materials here are OER only. But suppose if it is not, they have mentioned it specifically in that article. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, you can easily notice that. So for the uninitiated, I would like to say this Commonwealth of Learning, actually, it is an intergovernmental organization. And it was developed by the Commonwealth Heads of Government in 1987. And the major aim of this organization is to promote development and sharing of open learning and distance education resources. Open learning, in there they are mainly into this open learning and distance education resources, technologies, and all that. They are creating materials for that. So in that process, that is how they have come up with a repository where you can find quality OER materials. So if you go into their website, this is how it looks like. If any one of you has taken this, have you got this page, oasis.col
Yes.
or yes, so this is how it is. And you can browse from all these things, and there are research and publications. I put a red arrow from there also. You then country reports, corporate course learning materials, everything. So whatever you want, you can just explore it. And left side you have communities, by issue date, authors, titles, subjects, all those things. So when you get time, that's what I said, because it is time. Initially OER searching is time consuming, but there is no other easy way out also. We have to sit and we have to find out. But once we get accustomed with all these things, it becomes easy, and then we can easily do that. So this is an website. You don't have to worry about the quality. They provide good quality materials, and all the materials are licensed under CC BY SA. This is how it is. This is how it appears. Articles in periodicals and books. You can just go through it. Okay. Yes. So now that was about OASIS, which is connected to Commonwealth of Learning. Then we have Pixabay. Now, Pixabay in itself is a licensed place. They have the specific Pixabay license. So here it's Creative Commons license. Pixabay has in itself a Pixabay license, and it is available. You get n number of copyright-free images and videos here. All are OER. And they have put it under their own license, which is Pixabay. So if you go to this website, I think many of you might be using this already, these copyright-free images and videos. Are you all using it? Have you
Sometimes for designing covers.
Yes. So that's what I said. Some of you might be already well versed in this Pixabay and all those things. So this is also providing you with copyright-free images and videos. You can go and you don't have to worry about it. So they say that you can use without asking for permission or without even giving credit to the artist, even for commercial purposes. So that is extremely very good thing that they are doing. So this you can browse. When you are, for people who have not come across this, please do go to the Pixabay website and make use of it. You have so many good materials, images and videos here, which you can use for your class, for seminars, for presentations, all those things. And then this you might have heard, no? The NPTEL, the National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning.
Yes, they offer SWAYAM courses also. Right?
Yes, and it's basically for the science and engineering. So all the 7 IITs have come together and they have created NPTEL. If you go there, all the materials in NPTEL are OER. It is licensed under CC BY SA. So you don't have to check one by one. All these materials are CC BY SA. And since it is an initiative of IITs, I don't have to say the quality and all those things. You can understand how it will be. So you don't have to worry about all that. Then this is also a very familiar one. Most of us are using this, I guess. Anyone? Khan Academy. People using this?
Yes,
But-
yes.
Yes, Khan Academy. Yes. So there, it's all about open educational resource materials. But so when you were using all these things, were you aware that yes, this is an OER? So did that strike you, or you were just using materials from Khan Academy? Like, how was it? People who have who are using all this Khan Academy and all?
In the beginning, it was like that, but later I attended a Thiagosa's class, so I understood this is also OER.
OER. Okay, okay. So any others who are using Khan Academy and all, like without knowing, or just like that? So it's now you know that it is an OER. So you can take materials from this and use it. Okay. And again, you don't have to worry about the quality and all. Nationally acclaimed and well-known organization. So you can have n number of instructional videos, exercises, and all those things. Then comes Merlot, the multimedia educational resources for learning and online teaching, a project of California State University. Again, here there are n number of discipline-specific learning materials and OER materials, and it covers over 25 different disciplines and offers peer-reviewed online teaching and learning materials. So that's what. So all these websites are there which offers quality learning materials, OER learning materials. And the only thing is we have to go there and we have to first search, spend some time, explore it and search. Then definitely we will get the results. See, these are all OER sites where you can find out OER materials. So it's only that basically because we are not aware of it and we don't know that so much of time we are losing in finding out an OER or not. So that's not needed. You just go into these specific websites which are offering open education resources, and then you browse and then you can find out so many materials which are OER and good quality. See, again, these all are there. So you don't have to go to all these websites. Okay, just select few which you feel is easy for you, and then you can, because the thing is, if you try each and every website which is given here and all those things, it becomes very hectic, and then we lose interest, and sometimes we just stop about exploring about OER. So no need to do all that. This is just that we mentioned that, okay, this many options are there, these many possibilities are there in OER. That was the only intention, to show all these things. Basically, you can start with, like I said, the Google, then YouTube videos if you want YouTube videos. Otherwise, you can go with Google, and then initially the Commonwealth of Learning, OER Commons, and simple, or Khan Academy, NROER if it is related to school. So simple things you can start like that. And after that, maybe if once you are accustomed and when you get used to searching and all those things, then you can try one by one, not everything together, just one by one. You can give it a try when you get some free time. So this is what, these are all OER portals where you get so many OER materials. So this, so many possibilities are there. And in India specifically, as I said, one is NROER, and then the NPTEL, which we saw now. Even Karnataka is having an OER, the Karnataka OER, and Pratham, it's an NGO which has been releasing the books under CC license. And there is also the National Mission on Education to ICT. There are most content are under the CC or attribution license. So in India, specifically, if you look, it is about this. These few websites, these few sites are there. Okay, so you can go through that when you get the time. This was about searching OER. And with that, I come to the conclusion of the session. And as I said, I am not dragging it because it's the final, what was said earlier, the final closing time. So everybody just wants to finish it and get back. So it's not good that we sit and drag and drag and drag. What has to be said, you said to the point and finish it off soon. So this is about OER. Okay, so yes, before ending, yes, I would like to say that this concept of an open educational resource, which has definitely, which is definitely in itself a very beautiful concept, because it brings in the value of sharing. As beginning also I said, only if you are a person who is open-minded and who can share, only those people can embrace or accept OER, because whatever I am creating or developing I am ready, I'm willing to share it with my colleagues or share it with someone else across the globe. If it's for their good, let them use it. This kind of an attitude has to be developed. I feel as teachers, as educational people, as researchers, if this type of an attitude is developed, then definitely, you know, we say collaboration and all that, we can come out with so many good things, strong findings, strong knowledge base to everything by sharing our knowledge with one another. And OER is going to be a revolution, though it is in a very slow pace now in our country. I'm expecting that with the governmental policy being announced, it will take up, it will catch pace, and we all will be using it and making maximum use of it. So let us come out of those narrow-minded thoughts where we say that, no, it is confined to me, my knowledge, my finding, my paper. So let's break free from all those barriers and let us come out with this sharing concept, which is much needed now in this present generation also. It's not only about sharing of knowledge, it's about sharing our emotions with one another, or whatever we have, you share, then it doubles, right? That concept. So that is why I like this concept of OER, though many people criticize it. But as you say, no concept is perfect. Every concept has its advantages and disadvantages. So it's not fair that you blame OER just for the sake that you're giving it free or anyone can edit it. No, you should try to find out the positivities also, right? So, and it's high time that we create an awareness on OER. And that's why we have been conducting the sessions and training sessions. I have been taking this for so long because so many FDP sessions, they say that they want to throw light on OER and how to use OER among students and among faculty and all that. So that's why we are doing it in a very comprehensive way, training and all those things. So hope that it was a little bit understandable and you all could you can take away something from this session. Has proved to be a little bit useful to all of you all, though not much and all. And this I found, this is something which I found, you know, I discussed. So if you have knowledge, let others light their candles in it. So Margaret Fuller, she has said that if you have knowledge, let others light their candles in it. So that's the very base of an open educational resource, theoretical base. This is what I feel. So that's why I thought I'll put that also. So I thank everyone. I end the session now, and I thank everyone for the patient hearing, and especially St. Xavier's College, the principal, vice principal, the IQSC team, and Dr. Sheena. She had called me up for this. Everyone, Soumya, Sonia, ma'am, everyone who has been associated. Thank you so much for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to mingle with all of you all. Okay, and thank you, dear colleagues who have participated, because I know it is very difficult to be sitting there with listening to one person who is talking all the while, and that too in the virtual mode. But you have been very cooperative and very sweet. So thank you, dear participants, my dear colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now the session is open for discussion. You can either unmute and ask your questions or post the same in the chat box.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
My question is, if we have a personal website and publish our content there,
yeah,
can it be called as an OER?
No, if you have a personal website, the content you publish you should license it. As when you're publishing that, no, just put a CC BY SA license.
Yeah.
Then
If that
if
that is given, it can be called as an OER.
OER. And suppose you want to publish your OER onto the OER repositories, no, you can do that in OER Commons. Okay. I showed a website.
Yes, that I noted. That I have noted already.
Can do that. You can do. Otherwise, also, if you are creating your own blog or a website, all you have to do is just mention the license that all materials in this in the end and all. You can see, no, in most of the websites they will be given. If it is a copyright, they will say everything is copyrighted. So if you want CC, you just mention this is Creative Commons license, BY or SA or whatever is your wish that you can give. And
we just insert that image also into the PDF or content whatever we give, right?
So it becomes an OER.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Ma'am, let me ask a doubt. Suppose the contents that we receive are taken from commercial websites and we include it in our website and can we make it into common license, free license?
No, that is, it depends on what type of content you are taking. For example, if you are taking OER content, which is which allows you for non-commercial use, then fine.
Okay.
If you are taking a copyrighted, definitely you cannot make it an OER, or you have to take that person's consent. You have to mail the person and you have to tell him that you are creating a website and this is for an educational purpose. So I want to license it in OER. Can I take this part of your work? And suppose he gives a consent, then you can go for it. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
Ma'am, there are a few messages in the chat box.
Messages. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
I'm not able
somebody
to
is
read.
asking you to share your email ID.
Okay, okay.
Could you please share your mail ID? If you
I'll
don't
do
mind.
that. The thing is, no, I minimized this, but now I'm not able to bring it to the screen. Just a minute. I'll just, I don't know what has happened. Okay, maybe I'll just stop sharing and see. Yes. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I can share my email. Just a minute. So anyone who wants to share their experience or add something more, that is what I want to see. If you have something more to add, maybe we can also learn from that. No, actually, in my previous presentations, I hadn't added the slides on uploading a YouTube video. I had left it out. So it is, when we had a discussion in one of the sessions, there one participant told that, ma'am, how can we upload and how about the Creative Commons licensing and all that. So that made me to add this new slides so that there are people who want to know that I realized that. So that is what I said, when you are discussing, you also get to learn many things from your colleagues. So if someone wants to add something, all of us can hear and we also can learn. Anyone? Or
Ma'am, I would like to just again ask for a clarification.
yes.
I think you might have perhaps already discussed it, but I was a little bit careless and my connection was at times disconnected. I feel that I very often referred the e-library service of InflipNet services.
Yes.
There are a lot of e-books provided by inflipnet.ac.in besides their general services. And all these e-books are actually from various good publishers like say Cambridge, Oxford Books are there, various publishers are there. Taylor and Francis Group is there, and all these have been purchased by UGC, the consortium, and we are actually making use of it free of cost.
Okay.
Of course, with some limitations, barriers are there. There are limitations for reviewing of a number of pages available in the ebooks. What is the kind of license that we are actually having about all these resources?
No, those books, they're copyrighted books, right? They are available for access, but they are copyrighted under the, if Taylor and Francis and all, definitely it will be copyrighted books. You cannot re-edit and you use it as per your will, adapt or modify or do anything. Maybe you can just refer it. That is what I understand. So
Okay,
these books are not, they'll never become OER unless and otherwise they specify that they are giving up their copyright and they want to publish it as an OER. Otherwise, definitely those, just because it is published there, doesn't make it an OER.
Okay, what made me doubtful about it was that it has been already purchased by India government and made it available to the public, especially for the research scholars, free of cost. And if we go and try to access it directly, it may not be perhaps too easy for us to get it because it's too costly.
But that will not become an OER unless and otherwise it is specified particularly, specifically mentioned in the book or somewhere near to the book that this book has been turned into an OER under the CC BY license. Unless it is mentioned like that, definitely it is not an OER. The only thing is they have purchased it so that we can access and read it free of cost, open access. That is the only plus point. But but that doesn't make it an OER.
I understand, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, madam.
Yes, yes, please.
Ma'am, and for uploading on the OER comments, do we need individually? Can we upload our stuff, or do we need any institutional affiliation?
You can do. They have given some guidelines and all. Actually, I didn't go into those details. There are some where they mention that if it's an individual user, if it's an institutional, and accordingly you can upload.
How long it takes, or is it just
actually? To be frank, I have not uploaded.
Okay.
Actually, if you ask me to how long it will take, that I'm not, because I have not done that in person.
Okay.
I know that yes, you can do that, but I haven't done that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, one more query. In fact, I saw a book now just by viewing the website, I saw one book with ISBN created as in the CC license. So would this ISBN be created by us or by them?
I couldn't hear it properly. It got the voices breaking. What is it?
My question was whether I saw a book with ISBN in the open OER library when we visited this now.
That
so,
open.
It was with an ISBN. So my question is this ISBN to be attributed by the author or the publisher, or they will do it?
No, that you don't have to worry. What is the license of the book?
It was open. It was CC. It was CC. So my
then,
question is, if I'm writing a book, should I put should I apply for an ISBN and get it?
You have to apply for an ISBN. You have to do all those procedures.
Okay.
You apply for the book. You apply for that ISBN. That is how it is done, no? When you are publishing a book.
Yeah,
and then you take that book and you are ready to share it as an OER also. It depends on you.
Okay.
That is what.
Fine.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you all. So we have come to the end of this hands-on session. The feedback form will be shared after the valedictory function. So this FTP has ignited the spirit of research in us and its concerned ethics. Today's resource person has really opened our eyes to this enigmatic phenomenon called OER. Dr. Mary Vineetha's caliber as an expert in the field of research is proved beyond doubt. So the real spirit of her mother as a favorite teacher to her students is known to us. So we were indeed happy to have our dear Euphrasia ma'am's daughter as our resource person. And Dr. Vineetha has conveyed the ideas in clear and lucid manner. So I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Mary Vineetha for her vibrant and lively session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And a humble request, before we leave this platform, we have the formal valedictory function. So we do expect the wholehearted cooperation of all the participants. Please do spare a few minutes for the formal winding up function. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonia. And now we are moving on to the valedictory function. Dear participants, please do bear with us. We have a valedictory ceremony here. So it is said that a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. And this is a beautiful quote from John Eshek. And this can be applied to our own lives as well. The academic life without research would be safe and comfortable. But that is not what we are made for. What the academia demands and calls for is research. All the people related to academia are supposed to plunge into research and to contribute positively towards a research acumen. And for a week, we were immersed in the faculty development program on the dynamics of research, and had been looking at the different aspects of research. And I'm sure all of you would have gained something or the other from the deliberations we had through the different sessions. And it is time to wind up the program. And now moving on to the valedictory ceremony. Today, we are privileged to have with us Dr. Baburaj PT, Director in Charge, College Development Council of Mahatma Gandhi University. He is a person much devoted to the development of the colleges and other higher education institutions, assessing and exploring varied prospects to ensure quality improvement. So we deem it a privilege to have Dr. Baburaj as a guest of honor in this valedictory function. May I now call upon Dr. Baburaj to address the gathering. Over to you, sir. Dr. Baburaj.
He has joined the meeting. I think he has some connection issues. I will contact him.
Okay, okay. Yes, over to you, sir. Dr. Baburaj.
Hello, Baburaj, sir.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Could you please call Dr. Baburaj?
Yeah,
I'm here.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Due to some technical reasons, I couldn't join. Okay. I'm very happy to hear the 5 days program being organized by MG University STRIDE and ST.XAVIER'S College for Women, Aluva, regarding the area of a 1 week faculty development program on dynamics of research prospects, reflections, and best practices. Then just today afternoon, I got this message. The coordinator of the program, Dr. Abhilash Babu, he's my close friend, my colleague, and he just asked me, sir, if you have time, please join the valedictory program at 4:30. I simply agree, but I couldn't attend any class. But when I go through some areas regarding this, especially
I believe there is some connection with this. There is some problem with this connection.
I will call him then. 1 second, ma'am.
okay.
Okay,
Yes.
sir. Okay.
Yeah. So regarding this OER and CC licensing concept and significance, and again search and applications. So various areas, new areas in the field of research. Without research, there is no progress in anywhere in the world, especially in our country, our developing country like India. Without research support, research activities, the progress of the nation is also a dilemma. So this, I think, from the beginning of this STRIDE program, with support of MHRD, UGC, MG University, having more than 8 to 9, I think so. The coordinator, Dr. Abhilash Babu, will tell you more than 8 courses is right now finished. And myself also, in my department, myself also having a 5 days program regarding this area, because every faculty have a responsibility to take his own capabilities to enhance for the sake of the community, especially our Kerala state. Though Kerala is a small state when considering other states, but the intellectual ability, intellectual capabilities, something big when compared to any other state. Because through education, higher education, research, and other scientific areas of research. And right now, MG University is having the 3rd place. Just I got a call from Palghat. Pausar, your university is the 3rd place. After and before that, 2 IITs in India, and also then 3rd place in your university. Your university is something great, because this is only due to the contribution from the part of the research. Our leader, great leader, I used to say our great leader, Dr. Professor Sabu Thomas, Vice Chancellor of the University, and he is having a lot of research interesting areas. And he is the pioneer person bringing the coordinator Abhilash Babu sir to Delhi and present this their project proposal for the uplifting of college faculties. MD University and its affiliated colleges having a very fruitful field of research-oriented environment. I would like to say an environment. Almost all the faculties, for the last, I think more than 7, 8 to 9 course STRIDE program are there. Every course is having full of participants from the part of colleges and outside Kerala. And when I go through his office, outside Kerala people also asking why can't we join your program, because this is by UGC-MHRD. That much of importance is right now giving our STRIDE program, because empowerment of faculty, empowerment of eminency, empowerment of our content areas, it is very essential. Right now, the mode of teaching learning area is going to be converted into OBE, outcome-based education. A 5 days program has also been organized by the STRIDE with the support of Shankara College Kaladi. And I myself, as a student for that 4 days program. The final day I could not join because I have to go to verification in a college. So the 4 days I joined with this program and got a lot of information. My colleague, my friend, she was the 4 5 days presenter. She presented in a systematic way, and she asked me, "Sir, why do you here? Why are you joining here this as a student?" And I asked her, "No, ma'am. Research, a faculty, a teacher is a person who is always learning. It is a continuous process. Research means research is a continuous process which will never end. As you used to say, it begins from the womb and it ends in the toe. Research is a continuous process. It can solve the problems of the nation. It can solve the problems of human beings. It can solve the problems of people. Right now, the whole scenario in the education scenario field is being changed. So the empowerment of latest information, research-oriented development among these scholars, learners, and also faculty should also change in accordance with the changes in the curricular and international style of learning, etc. Now we are inviting foreign universities to our nation. So we have to compete with this international scenario, international group. So our brain have to be directed to some other areas. Thus, MG University is having a good position. So all the faculties, students, learners, teachers are from, I think, from MG University premises. because MG University is having a good position in the research areas. The contribution of to the international level, the patent level, and the last day, the 16 scientists from Kerala is from MG University. And one of the best international scientists is our Professor Dr. Sabu Thomas, and Provice Chancellor. And the environment sciences, the chemical sciences, the physical sciences, the biosciences, and Institute of Intelligence Center for Biomedical Research Centers. All streams.
Yes, you're clear.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
Due to technical reason, I don't know what happened. Anyhow, this is a good venture for all faculties, especially from the part of the university. And we are next time we are going to planning a very good program. Myself also will already been prepared a program for the STRIDE program. Anyhow, all faculties who have joined and the pioneer initiative taken by ST.XAVIER'S College Aluva, I wish all the best, and I convey my best regards to all faculties who are joined here. And once again, I wish all the best wishes again, once again, for this great program, especially in the field of research. Once again, all faculties who have joined here, and my colleague Abhilash Babu sir, and this team of STRIDE, and those personnel who are behind the program from the part of the ST.XAVIER'S colleges, especially I got one name, Dr. Saumi Mary, coordinator STRIDE program, Dr. Linda Louise, etc. And many other persons are preparing this program, make a successful one. So once again, I wish all the best regarding this 5-7 days program. Thank you, Abhilash Babu sir. Because due to technical reason, I could not join sometimes. Okay.
Thank you, Baburaj sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So thank you, Dr. Baburaj, for that. And the FTP became a reality only because of the persistent guidance from Dr. Abhilash Babu, the coordinator of STRIDE program, MG University. May I now welcome Dr. Abhilash Babu to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Soumya. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So thank you for all the participants, resource persons, and the organizers, and all those who are associated with this 1-week FTP program on research. As you all know, this STRIDE is a UGC-MHRD sponsored project awarded to MG University, and for the capacity building of teachers and research scholars within this campus, departments of this campus and affiliated colleges under MG University. Under STRIDE, as of now, we have conducted around 10 programs, mostly FDPs, on research methodology, then quantitative techniques, research ethics, academic writings, etc. Now we have to explore more new areas. So now STRIDE is open for all the colleges affiliated to Mahatma Gandhi University. We have prepared a project proposal format, and those who are interested, the colleges, interested colleges, they can contact me, and this proposal format will be sending to you. You can fill up that proposal and send it back to me. Now 10 more programs in the pipeline. Up to February, we are the list is full. So after February, we are planning the coming program is a refresher. Then in February, we are planning for an orientation program. So exactly, the STRIDE is designed to function as an academic staff college, because our university, Mahatma Gandhi University, does not have an academic staff college. So we are trying to make up that gap with this UGC-MHRD project. So any college, anybody under this affiliated to MG University, they can come forward and instead of repeating the topics, we are ready to provide the topic of this FDPs done so far. So you can select the innovative ones. We haven't done one in language, then science. We haven't any exclusive FDP. So these unexplored areas are most welcome. For conducting FDP, you can give proposal for either FDP or an orientation or a refresher, or you can conduct seminar. We will be funding for seminar, financially supporting for conducting seminar or conferences. But only thing that should, the main objective is to develop the capacity of the faculty or the scholars. So within that framework, broader area, you can propose FDP, orientation or refresher, a seminar, conference, whatever that can help the quality improvement of the faculties and research scholars. Now STRIDE is open for you. Anybody, and now I invite queries from you. If you have any doubts, I'm ready to clear it right now. Thank you.
Sir, may I ask?
Yeah, you can ask.
So myself, Dr. Vineet from Government College, Tripunathura.
Okay.
So my query, I have put it in the chat. In fact, how can we apply for the forthcoming courses? Those who are which are programs are recognized by you? I mean, by the STRIDE. Will it be listed in the website?
Yeah. See, we have created one website, but it is not fully functional. Within a week, I hope within a week that will be fully functional. The website address is stridemgu.com. www.stridemgu.com.
Okay, sir.
Now we have uploaded, only little bit information, but the coming programs, the upcoming programs will be uploaded soon.
So regarding the proposals, the proposal form will also be there, or?
Proposal format, you can contact us directly.
Okay. Sure, sir.
Okay. And we have, see, the STRIDE was, we have envisaged the sort of offline mode of training. But due to this, unprecedented pandemic situation, we were forced to switch to online. So online, there are a lot of, positives and negatives. One positive thing is that the number of participants, there is no limit for the number of participants. I still remember the second FTP had a strength of around 270 participants. And surely this cannot, substantiate the offline mode of teaching and learning or training, imparting training that we know. But once we go back to the normalcy, we are planning to conduct all these programs offline mode. This can be, either the collaborating colleges can host the participants. Otherwise, we have arrangements for accommodation, food, and for classes within this university.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Some ma'am, you are muted.
Hello, any more questions or doubts?
So thank you, sir, for such a valuable information. We would like to collaborate with you in the future too. It was such a nice experience working with you. So thanks a lot for such an opportunity that is given to us to conduct such an FTP.
Special thanks to Soumya Mary. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. And dear participants, there are a few announcements for you. We understand that some of you could not fill out the feedback forms on certain days, and we know the reasons are valid. And so we will be giving the feedback links of all the sessions today in the WhatsApp group. So kindly fill the forms before 10 p.m. today. Okay, all the forms will be available for you in the WhatsApp group. And then the duty certificate of the FTP will be dispatched tomorrow itself from the university. Okay, it's from the MG University that the duty certificates will be dispatched to you and it will reach you by tomorrow. But the hard copies of the participation certificates will reach you in 2 weeks. Okay, since there is, we need some time for processing. It will take almost 2 weeks for you to get the participation certificates, and that will be in hard copy. So those are the announcements, and I believe you are contented with the sessions that are provided to you. Now, may I invite Dr. Linda Lewis, the joint coordinator of the program, to propose a word of thanks. Over to you, Linda.
Thank you, Zomi. A warm good evening for one and all. The fullness of every venture lies in gratitude. And I should say that Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. We have successfully completed our FTP on dynamics of research, a collaborative venture of IQAC of St. Xavier's College for Women and STRIDE MG University. So IQAC is much thankful to MG University in supporting us to conduct this FTP up to the expectations. And let me extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Abhilash Babu sir, the coordinator of STRIDE MGU, for the extending timely guidance and support. And at this moment, let me also extend my heartfelt thanks to our Vice Chancellor, who was present amongst us for the inauguration function in between his busy schedules. And for today, our guest of honor, Dr. Baburaj PT sir, Director in charge, College Development Council. He happily accepted our invitation to address this gathering in this valedictory function. Thank you, sir, for your presence and your motivating words. And here, the coordinators of this program, we take this opportunity to express our gratitude to our management, IQAC members, and our fellow faculty members of St. Xavier's College to conduct this FTP in the hard times of this pandemic and even in the midst of university exams. We also thank the moderators of every session and all our resource persons and who helped us in proposing a vote of thanks in all the sessions. We thank you one and all. And dear participants, you were the stars of the event. You helped us in time management, in fruitful interaction, and timely feedback and evaluation. And your overwhelming interest, especially from across India, for registration and for participation, it truly surprised us. Thank you for your wholehearted participations in almost all the sessions. And here we are standing before you with a very thankful heart. And now we thank you, our Lord, and praise your glorious name. Thank you, one and all. And may you be a blessing for your mother institutions with your academics, with your research, and let you prosper in all your endeavors. Thank you once again.